Okay, today in this video we will deal with Euler's formula. Now what is meant by Euler's formula? Now if I take the word of famous American physicist Richard Feynman, he said that Euler's formula is one of the most remarkable formula in mathematics. Now this is the words of famous American physicist Richard Feynman. Now, what is the importance of Euler's formula? Now, this Euler's formula, this establishes a relationship between trigonometric functions and complex exponential functions. Now, this is named after mathematician Leonhard Euler. So, in the words of American physicist Richard Feynman, Euler's formula is one of the most remarkable formula in mathematics. This is named after Leonhard Euler, a mathematician, and it gives a relationship between trigonometric function and complex exponential functions. Now we will see exactly what is this formula. Now Euler's formula is e raised to ix is equal to cos x plus I sin x, where e is the Euler's number and I is the imaginary term. Now, in addition to this Euler's formula, he has given one Euler's identity also, that we are deriving it from Euler's formula. Now, in this particular Euler's formula, when x is equal to pi, what we are getting is e raised to I pi, and when you substitute in this formula, that formula becomes cos pi plus I sin pi. Now, what is cos pi? Cos pi is, it is minus 1 plus 0. So, you can say e raised to I pi plus 1 is equal to 0. So, e raised to I pi plus 1 equal to 0. This is what is known as Euler's identity. So one is Euler's formula, that is e raised to ix or e raised to I into any number is equal to cos x plus I sin x, and e raised to I pi plus 1 equal to 0, that is Euler's identity. Now we will see from where we are arriving at this particular formula. What is the proof of this particular formula? Now we will know from Taylor series expansion what e raised to x is equal to 1 plus x divided by 1 factorial plus x square divided by 2 factorial plus x cube divided by 3 factorial plus etc. Is the expansion of e raised to x. Same way, the expansion of cos x is 1 minus x square divided by 2 factorial plus x raised to 4 divided by 4 factorial minus x raised to 6 divided by 6 factorial plus etc. Expansion for sin x is x divided by 1 factorial minus x cube divided by 3 factorial plus x raised to 5 divided by 5 factorial minus x raised to 7 divided by 7 factorial plus etc. Now, in this e raised to x expansion, if I replace x with I into x, what I am getting is 1 plus ix divided by 1 factorial plus instead of x square, what I have now, I have I into x square divided by 2 factorial plus ix the whole cube divided by 3 factorial plus etc. Okay. Uh, Now this is equal to 1 plus ix divided by 1 factorial plus I square x square divided by 2 factorial plus I cube x cube divided by 3 factorial plus etc. Now we know I square is equal to I is equal to root of minus 1. So I square is equal to minus 1. I cube is equal to I square into I, that is minus I raised to 4 is equal to I square into I square, that is equal to 1. Now, when you substitute these values in this particular e raised to ix equation, e raised to ix will now become 1 plus ix by 1 factorial minus x square divided by 2 factorial plus ix cube divided by 3 factorial plus x raised to 4 divided by 4 factorial plus etc. Now I can rearrange this as 1 minus x square by 2 factorial plus x raised to 4 divided by 4 factorial plus etc. That is real part plus I into x divided by 1 factorial minus x cube divided by 3 factorial plus etc. So this is uh, rearranging to real and imaginary part. Now you can see that this term, this is the expansion of cos x, and okay, yes, this is the expansion of what, cos x, and this is the expansion of sin x. X. So I. So now e raised to ix is now equal to cos x plus I sin x, which is the Euler's formula. Okay. Now same way you can get e raised to minus ix also, that is equal to cos x minus I sin x. Okay. Now, if you add these two equations, that is e raised to ix, which is equal to cos x plus I sin x, and e raised to minus ix, which is equal to cos x minus I sin x, we'll see what we are getting. Plus e raised to minus ix, when you add these two equations, we'll be getting 2 cos x. Therefore, cos x will be equal to e raised to ix plus e raised to minus ix divided by 2. Same way, you can subtract these two equation. So you will be getting e raised to ix minus e raised to minus ix equal to 2 I sin x. So from this, sin x will be equal to e raised to ix minus e raised to minus ix divided by 2i. Okay. So you can develop a relation between this sine and e raised to ix and e raised to minus ix from this formula. Same way, relation for cos also. Now, what is the application of this formula? Where is the application? Now, this formula can be used for finding any value of e raised to I theta. Now, imagine you have to find the value of e raised to I pi by 2. what you have to do is substitute in this formula. That will be cos pi by 2 plus I sine pi by 2. What is cos 90? Cos 90 is 0 plus I sine d, I sine 90 is I into 1. So it will be equal to 1. I. So e raised to I pi by 2. The value of e raised to I pi by 2 is equal to I. So like this, you can find the value of any uh, angle. That is e raised to, for any value of theta, you can find e raised to I theta. So I hope it is clear. Thank you.